Lighting effects can be animated in the Unreal Engine sequencer, but it is much easier to program them using an external DMX console. This is a simple RGB chase effect, programmed by a few clicks on Grand MA on PC console. Such DMX sequences can be recorded by a take recorder, and used in the sequencer together with other animated actors. To enable DMX control of Unreal Engine's built-in lights, you need this asset, DMXlights. There are 5 blueprints for DMX control of 5 standard Unreal Engine lights, and 3 additional blueprints for DMX control of dynamic materials that can be applied to any static mesh. A GDTF file is provided for each blueprint, which makes patching DMX lights quick and easy. To patch a light, create a new DMX library. Create a new fixture type. And then select the appropriate GDTF file. Each GDTF file has 3 main modes: dim for intensity control, dim RGB for intensity and color control, and extended for controlling fixture-specific parameters, such as color temperature, attenuation radius, or location. An 8-bit and 16-bit version is available for each mode. That makes a total of 6 modes per fixture. Actual patching is done in the Fixture Patch tab of the DMX library. After patching, we have to select the desired mode. As an example, let us insert a DMX point light. After inserting, we need to connect the fixture to the appropriate fixture patch, by selecting the DMX library first, and then the patch itself. Before trying to control the fixture with an external console, we should check if the DMX plugin input is properly configured. Now, we can start controlling our DMX point light from a console. For this video, we will use .2 on PC. In the GDTF file, default values for all parameters are set to the values that regular Unreal Engine fixtures would have when inserted. In the case of point light, for example, the default intensity is 8 candela. In the default section of the Details tab, we can set the maximum intensity value to a value smaller, or bigger, than the default value of 160 candela. In the color group, we can adjust RGB and color temperature values. Presets for easy selection of the most frequently used color temperatures are also provided. DMX point light has only one parameter accessible in the beam control group, the attenuation radius. The location of all DMX fixtures can be controlled through the location X, location Y, and location Z parameters in the position group. Maximum displacement is 1000 units by default, and can be changed in the default section of the Details tab. The DMX Spotlight has all the features of the DMX Point Light, and more. Obviously, it has pan and tilt control. Choosing the default value or center preset will reset pan and tilt values to 0. If any of the location parameters are set in the editor, before starting DMX control, that value will be preserved. DMX values coming from the console will be added to the values set in the editor. Choosing the default value or center preset will reset pan and tilt values to editor values, not to 0. Editor values of light parameters, such as intensity or color, are always overridden by the DMX values coming from the console. These behaviors are the same for all DMX light blueprints, including DMX material. In addition to the attenuation radius, there are two more parameters in the beam control group, the inner and outer cone angle. Let's replace the DMX Spotlight with a DMX rectangle light. Specific parameters for DMX rectangle light are barn door and source size parameters. Direct light can also be controlled by DMX console. The blueprint enables pan and tilt, intensity, color, and color temperature control. If we plan to control the sky light too, direct light must have the atmosphere sunlight option enabled. This option can be found in the atmosphere and cloud section of the details panel. The GDTF file for skylight has only two modes, dim mode and dim RGB mode. Intensity and color are the only parameters of skylight controllable by this blueprint. Finally, we can use the DMX protocol to control some properties of the Unreal Engine dynamic material, intensity, RGB color, location, and scale. For this purpose, we need three blueprints, one for the static mesh to apply the material to, a second for the material itself, and a third for instance material that has to be applied to the static mesh. The default static mesh is a cube. It can be changed to any static mesh in the static mesh section of the details panel. In the materials section, an instance of DMX material should be selected. In the default section of the details panel, we can adjust the maximum intensity and maximum color values. All transform parameters of the static mesh, location, rotation, and scale, can be controlled in the position group. Maximum move, and maximum scale values, can also be adjusted in the default section. I hope this asset will find its place in your workflow.